There are two films I have been dying to see this year. Actually, you can add a third to that now because we got the second trailer for the Street Fighter movie, but that's not coming out until September. The other movie comes out in like 2 weeks' time, which is obviously Mortal Kombat 2. I loved that first movie, but the other movie that I was desperate to see this year is a movie called They Will Kill You. Kirill Sokolov, a good few years back, made a movie called Why Don't You Just Die? A movie that I absolutely raved about on this channel. And then we cut forward a few years and everything's been going on in the world. Kirill Sokolov has now made a movie called They Will Kill You, which looks more mainstream, it looks a little bit more Hollywood, and most of all, it looks totally Kirill Sokolov. Add to this, you've got characters like Zazie, Beets, Patricia, Arquette, Harry Potter's Tom Felton, Heather Graham. This has got a cool little cast. Not the biggest names you've ever known, not the most prolific actors in the game right now, but a bunch of people that you know can deliver in any given moment. What I'm going to do is what I always do, talk about the plot of the movie, talk about the cast and crew of the movie, talk about what I didn't like about the movie, and then give you my final Nerdly Percents off the real review rating. Before I do all that, you can go over to nerdly.co.uk, your favourite British home for all of your news, reviews, and exclusive interviews. Somebody over there may have reviewed this movie. Let's talk about They Will Kill You, a movie that I have to say I was mega excited for. A woman takes a job as a housekeeper in an NYC high-rise, unaware of the building's history of disappearances. She soon realizes the community is shrouded in mystery. It's kind of like The Raid meets Ready or Not, but we do meet two young girls right at the start of the movie. We meet Maria Reeves and Asia Reeves. Asia Reeves is the character we're going to be spending most of the time with. They're kind of on the run away from their dad, and they're in this little convenience store and they're trying to hide out. The dad comes into the convenience store, so that's them kind of caught. Upon being chased, Asia is able to turn around with a gun and shoot their father, but he doesn't die. The police turn up, an ambulance turns up, and Asia just does a runner. We then cut 10 years into the future, and we now meet Asia again, who's a little bit more grown up, 10 years more grown up, and she turns up at this hotel. It's like the Virgil Hotel or something like that. Really big high-rise hotel. Kind of looks like the hotel from The Devil's Advocate, which is really cool. She wants to work there. Obviously, it's just another way that she's going to be able to make a living. And you can tell right away that things are a little bit weird upon her meeting Lily Woodhouse, who's kind of like the keeper of the house. We also meet Heather Graham, who looks a little bit weird. She comes across really creepy at the start of this movie. Safe to say, he's setting the scene. He's giving us the tone of this movie, and the tone is things are about to go down. The first night she's there, I believe it's the first night she's there, but the first night she's there, this weird man figure with like a pig's face comes into the room and kind of leans over the top of her and dribbles all over her. She wakes up because it's creepy, but he's not there. It turns out he's behind her, and then these other people come into the house, and that's when all the fun starts, because these people try to kidnap her or do something to her. We're not entirely sure what it is, but they are attacking her, and she fights back. Come to find out, she actually does know a little bit more than she's been letting on, because we realize her sister is also living within the house. So she's there to kind of rescue her and take her away, because people do disappear within this establishment. But then we also come to find out that our main characters, the likes of Patricia Arquette, the likes of Heather Graham, the likes of Tom Felton, are a little bit mystical. I don't want to dive too much deeper into their lore, but they're going to be a little bit harder to kill than you might expect. That's essentially the movie. It becomes she needs to survive, she needs to get away, she needs to do everything she can to get her sister and save her sister. The last half an hour to 40 minutes of this movie, which is only a 95-minute movie, is bonkers. And that's what I love about it. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But cast and crew. This is the first film I believe that Zazie Beets has led. I think this is her first sort of leading role. She's been in loads of other things that I've really enjoyed her in. She's great as Domino in Deadpool 2. She's great in the Joker movie as the next door neighbor. She's great in just about everything she does. I love a bit of Zazie Beets. But here she is, playing the lead, but not only playing the lead, but getting to be a kick-ass, badass bitch. Once she gets going, some of the moves she's pulling off, it must have been relentless filming this movie. She must have put herself right through the ringer. I'm there for it. I love it. And when she does get her ass kicked, you're feeling it. But when she kicks ass, you're loving it and you're feeling it. So Zazie Beets, love her. Patricia Arquette as Lily Woodhouse, the leader of the house, the matron of the house, if you will, is doing this really, really weird accent. It's like an amalgamation of some Irish, some American, some German, some English. Like, it's all over the place in all the best ways. It does kind of get explained throughout the movie why she does speak the way she does, and in certain scenes the accent is more prominent to one direction or another. The sister, Maria Reeves, is played by Myha'la, who, if you have seen Industry on the BBC, I think it's on BBC iPlayer, I think it's an HBO show or something like that. It's an incredible, incredible show. I love it. It's like 3 or 4 seasons deep. Myha'la is one of the lead actresses in there. She's so good. But more than that, she's just an incredible actress. And I love seeing her because I know she's got it. And I know she's going to break out in a big, bad way. I just hope that little movies like this, or little characters like this, supporting roles like this, propel her into the stratosphere. But there's going to be a director who takes a punt on this girl big time, and she's just going to blow up. I can see it coming a mile off. Tom Felton's really cool. He is Tom Felton, Draco Malfoy. Not a lot to say about him. He doesn't have a massive great deal in the film, but he's definitely the comic relief. And he's bringing all the goods with the movie. Like, the scenes in the sort of like the crawl spaces when he's crawling about, he just brings that. And that is pretty much it in terms of cast. We do have a voice appearance from one James Remar. I'm not going to say anything about the character he voices in this movie. It is a bit strange to say that he just plays a voice, but James Remar's doing the voice, and I kind of, when I realized it was Dexter's dad doing the voice, I loved it even more. But yeah, Kirill Sokolov as a director, I genuinely love what this guy is doing. I love his vibe. He's really upping the ante from the last 2 films that I've seen him do. This feels like a really big step up, more mainstream, more Hollywood, so that's a good thing, I guess. It's always good to see directors progressing in that way, so hopefully that's a good thing for him. So yeah, I genuinely think he's just done a brilliant job with this film, and that's the most I could hope for. So let's get into what I didn't like. And one thing that I didn't like, I'm going to start with a negative, which isn't like me at all, but I am going to start with a negative. And that is, like, for a 95-minute movie, that's pretty much all it is 95 minutes. The start of the movie, it does drag quite a bit. It's very slow. It's a slow burn. But I think it's just setting the tone. It's setting a pace so that when we do hit the turn, when we do hit the reveal and we figure out what the movie is actually about, we can just go balls to the wall from that point on. And the movie does go balls to the wall from that point on. Like, Zazie Beets, once she gets in her bag, she's in her bag and she doesn't come out of it until the end. But I do just think the opening 20 minutes, 25 minutes, it just kind of went on a bit too long. The fight scenes, I was not expecting this from Zazie Beets. I just think she was absolutely incredible. The scene where she's in sort of like the lobby or the lounge where all the tables are, it's pitch black, so she's got this axe, she sets fire to the axe, and that's how she's going to light up the room, by just sticking it into people and they are just going to burn alive. I really love that scene, and we get this amazing bit. I believe it's in the trailer. You see a little part of it where a table gets flipped up and she jumps to get someone in the head, and as she's doing it, she cuts through the table. No, she doesn't cut through the table. They shoot the table with a shotgun, which splits it in half and reveals her coming towards the camera. It's majestic, it is unbelievable, and it's so freaking cool. And that's what I mean, like, Zazie Beets looks like a star in this movie. Like, you could put her in the Raid 3 or anything like that, Gangs of London, and she's not going to look out of place. She looks so bloody good in this film. And I have to say as well, like, the likes of Patricia Arquette, she's throwing hands. Tom Felton's throwing hands. Heather Graham's throwing hands. I have to assume this is all like stunt doubles or whatnot, because I've not seen this kind of action from these people before. But even if they did like a little bit of it, that's so cool. Another thing that I love is that a character's head gets kind of like blown up, like gets shot really close range, blown up, nice and gory, as you would hope, and the character's sort of eyeball survives. And then for a good like 5 to 10 minutes of the movie, the eyeball is following Zazie Beets. It's like rolling along the screen, and it's got these little nerve endings. I don't know, man. That was so much fun, and it really sets the tone for the last 20 minutes of the movie. I did sit there and think, why are we doing this? Why do we have an eyeball following her? What do we gain from this other than it's cutesy and pretty cool and fun? But then you get to the tail end of the movie and it's like, yeah, they set us up to think outside the box. And when it does happen, the lunacy that kind of happens, the chaos that happens, we accept it because we've already seen the little cockamamie eyeball thing with the little nerve endings and tendrils. I kind of wanted like a remote control eyeball for a little bit. And another thing I love, like, I just love the editing of this movie. I think when we have the fights, we really are in and out, nice and frenetic, nice and combat. I wasn't expecting the choreography to be as good as this because, again, as much as I loved Why Don't You Just Die, the choreography in that movie is fairly basic, to be fair. It is just two guys throwing each other through walls and smashing each other in the face. But I loved it. That's what I was there for. So with this movie, it's a massive step up, and I was really, really taken aback by a lot of the choreography, which is a good thing, because it means he surprised me again. I might as well get into my final Nerdly Presents Off the Reel review rating, and I couldn't wait to see this movie. I was so excited for this movie, so honestly, I'm not surprised I enjoyed it as much as I did. Like I say, this year, I don't have a massive great deal of films that I'm looking forward to on the big screen, but this was the only other movie that off the top of my head I could think to myself, yeah, I need to see this. It's going to be awesome. I love what Kirill does on the big screen. I love the movies he's made in the past. I've been a fan of his. So seeing him move away from sort of like the Russian movies that he was making, which I did love, but seeing him like translate over into the American stuff and being a bit more mainstream, I'm happy about that. But I feel like we kept enough of who Kirill Sokolov actually is that we didn't lose anything about this director. He still has his artistry, he still has his integrity, his creative passion, and that's one of the things I loved the most. He's made an absolute knockout of a film. It's superb. I really enjoyed it. My rating for this movie, I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 5. And it only loses that half a mark because I do think the start, although it's world building, it's character building, it's letting us know who we're spending time in the movie with, it just moved a little bit. Let's get to that point a little bit quicker. This is the sort of movie, like, just like The Raid, that movie kicks off, we find out a little bit about Remar, and then boom, we're in the building. We're in the building, all hell breaks loose, and that's us for the next 90 minutes of this movie. This film, I think, could have learned a little bit from that, but I do understand what it was trying to do. So it's a 4.5 out of 5 from me. I love this film. I think it's excellent. You should all check it out. If you see it, please do come back. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought of it. If you didn't like it, let me know. If you do like it, let me know. We can continue the conversation down there. But for now, if I don't see you through the week, I'll see you in the cinema.